Good evening, people. Good evening, people. I know I've been gone a couple weeks, but I'm back. Uh, just want to say thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for supporting me. Today, I actually went live um, on my uh, business. So now, family and friends all know what I've been up to for the last almost a whole year. So I am happy about that. I did have a wonderful interview today with Mr. Cyrus. Don't get me to mess up his last name, but it's AUSAR. He has a wonderful platform, suicide prevention expert. He goes around, talks to everyone um, about suicide, and today our topic was on domestic violence. Uh, I am kind of an expert on it. I did my internship when I went to Hawaii Pacific University. I did my internship at the advocacy on base, and that was something that I really really love to do. It was eye opening, but also it was kind of uh, uh, an awakening for the personal things that I was going through in my own marriage. So today, I think I'm gonna talk about domestic violence. Um, uh, Not going to be as funny and things like I am because this is a serious topic, but I am going to make it relatable because I am the relatable therapist. So one of the key things that I have learned with domestic violence, you have to know that you're in a situation. Um, you always hear that thing, you can't help those who doesn't want to be helped, but you have some that are oblivious to that they need help. Um, we have these generational ideas and way things should be based off what we have learned from our parents, grandparents, things like that. And so some people might stay in a situation longer than they need to. And some don't even know that they're in a situation. They believe that's how it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to be ran. And, that is, a well off to them, except, looking at somebody from the outside in, it might be a little different. So some signs that you are probably in a situation that you do not need to be in, or it's an unhealthy situation. If you are losing yourself, that's that's one. If you cannot be yourself, you're being punished to do the things that you like and stuff like that. uh that could cause an unhealthy relationship. To communication, if you're unable to talk, if you're unable to um let other people know, or let your significant other know your wants, your desires, your needs without being fussed at, that's another sign as well. Also, those are some like of the classic signs. When people hear about domestic violence, it's more the physical that people are looking for: bruises, the shades, the hair over the eye, long sleeves during the summertime, things like that. But there's other things that domestic violence also has, other signs. You have the emotional, people, him talking about you, she talking about you, verbal abuse. Nobody should be subjected to that, especially in a relationship with someone they're supposedly loving. The person is supposed to love them as well. Monetary, if they're taking away money, your lack of access to financial stability, that also is a sign of abuse as well. Um, so just don't look for the physical. You can see, especially if you have like a friend or some a relative, or maybe even you, that you see yourself being withdrawn. You're not you're starting to get isolated from family and friends. That's, that is a sign, one of the signs that they of domestic violence, because they have to be able to get into your mind, and the way they get into your mind, they have to separate you from your support. So that's maybe the first thing that might happen. um and why people choose to stay, they're scared. Also, stability. um if you're not working and that person there is working and you have children and stuff, some people don't see that there's a shining light at the end of the tunnel, and they feel like they have to stay with that person and just maybe just wait it out until the kids are older or something like that, because they're not stable enough to be out on your own. What I would tell you, if you think that way, look at me. I was a victim of domestic violence. Mine started in, little things, and escalated to bigger things. And I had that mindset as well, that I didn't want to be a statistic. I was gonna wait and, see if I'm able to work on my marriage, things like that. But it sometimes it brings in more harm than it does good, and sometimes you have to separate in order to be happy. And that was something that it took me a while to get to, but once I found my happy place, there was no turning back for me. And and most of my family and friends that know my story have told me plenty of times since I gotten myself out of that relationship, things had just been turning up for me. Positive things, things that I didn't imagine would happen, has been happening to me. So God has had his hand on me, on my life, and me and my boys, which I am very grateful for that. So anything that I can do that can help somebody that's in a situation that they don't want to be in, um, I would do my best. Some of the other things that I learned as working at victim advocacy, I came up with this acronym, because one of the major things that they want you to do is make sure that you have a safety plan, and a lot of people don't